So, let's go back to early experience, because as I said, we don't want to spend most or all of our time on the student teaching internship. As you will note from the agenda, we are now basically on point 3. And this guy, the same guy, has been doing it the whole time. I don't know how to deal with this. What your program will look like next year, we are going to refer to your handout, which it looks almost like we're doing this gender appropriate. We've got blue, but then gender non-specific would be green and
education is blue.
okay.
Everybody else is green, orange.
Okay. Someone have an orange?
This foreign language, but they didn't have like
Okay.
orange.
All right. That essentially gives you in a graphic format pretty much what I've just gone over. So we will not go through the handout as if I had not said anything or as if you were unable to process that. But that is a good way to quickly remind yourself how our program operates. Now, before I talk any more about early experience, which there's not a whole lot more to explain, let me stop there and make sure no one at this point is thinking, you're in the wrong room, you've somehow missed the boat big time. This is all clear and not new information. If that's correct, simply sit there in silence as you're doing now, and I will infer from that. Okay. Now, as I said, in another meeting that we'll have toward the very end of the term, if we could probably on study day, if we decided to, okay, something to look forward to other than studying, is that you will meet back and we will talk a bit more about what you will do during early experience. There is a handbook on the education website under forms and documents called the Early Experience Senior Block Teaching Internship Handbook. It has an acronym, but there's no way I'm going to remember that. And that will give you some guidance, but we'll be having you do a number of things, including contact your cooperating teacher almost as soon as you can, and you can begin dialoguing with him and her about what some of the expectations might be. Now, what I do want to note here, and you'll see on the agenda, I guess this is canary, it can't be yellow, it has to be canary or something. You'll see our tentative dates. The school districts in which you will be placed more than likely will be either Spartanburg 6 or Greenville County. They have slightly different start dates. We will finalize these dates as soon as we know them, but the take-home point here is these are good approximations of when you will need to return. So again, just in case, you had yesterday off, you're getting over above or something, you will not report here with all the other Furman students a day before Furman classes start. You will report earlier, and the earlier dates are on the sheet. We understand that there are various components to your lives, jobs, sports, band, all kinds of things. But you need to make these dates a priority, and then where conflicts arise, we'll deal with them on a case-by-case basis. We will have an orientation for you and your cooperating teachers. Basically, it's normally the first day of early experience. Those of you who are placed in Greenville County will have the orientation here at Furman. If you're in Spartanburg 6, we'll have that orientation in Spartanburg 6. It's too much to ask those cooperating teachers to come here for what won't be a terribly long meeting. It'll be an important meeting, but it won't, it's not going to be all afternoon. Now, you'll see that there's a name here, Janelle Cantrell. I am not Janelle. I have never been Janelle. I've never played Janelle on TV. Unfortunately, Ms. Cantrell is ill. She's got the bug that I think every other Furman student is ill right now. Fortunately, you're the other student who's here. She is another key person in our program. She is the coordinator of what we call the teacher-to-teacher program, which is simply the name we give to this extended fifth-year induction year option. She is going to work very hard, I mean really hard on your behalf to make the placements between today and the end of the term. She is a veteran educator. She herself was an elementary school teacher. She's been an adjunct here, taught at Furman, and pretty much since the program started about 15 years ago, she has been the coordinator. She is someone, if you have not already met over the course of the next several weeks, you probably should just send her an email, introduce yourself. I'm pretty sure all of you have met her at this point. She will likely be meeting with you, but she is an invaluable part of our program and does stuff that it is a full-time job to make these placements. Okay?
They wouldn't have met her yet.
What?
They wouldn't have met her yet.
Okay, I didn't know. Has anyone in here met Miss Janelle Cantrell? Okay, you're not a single one.
They'll meet her
So-
in August.
Well,
Well, and in the emails when she sends out the.
She'll be here at the April meeting
Yeah.
probably too.
and I know that
That's
she
true.
sometimes, if you guys have questions or comments, sometimes our folks will meet with her one-on-one before she meets all of you together. Okay. Now, there are a couple of other important things. Let's see, before I hand it over to Ms. Moore, it looked like we're going to wait on the survey, and Dr. Lipscomb is going to do communication, but before he does that, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Moore, who's going to talk about something that's also very important, which is where you're going to live. It's going to be in a parking lot. It's a nice parking lot. It's an air conditioning for all.